Greetings everyone! Welcome to the Sonic Universe issue 60 review, the second part of the sequel to the game Shadow the Hedgehog. To recap from last issue, G.U.N detected a second black comet heading towards the planet, and sent Team Dark and Spider Troop to destroy it. Their movements were watched by the leader, Black Death, and he and Eclipse discussed what to do about Shadow. The ultimate lifeform went ahead and got ambushed by Eclipse and the Black Arms, while the remaining G.U.N forces fell victim to paralyzing gas. Or would have fallen victim to paralyzing gas if not for those specialized gas masks. Now they just need to get out of the room. Black Death does not like these developments and orders some monsters to kill them. His Death Eye will watch the whole thing while Black Death tends to Shadow and Eclipse. The G.U.N forces come under attack but escape thanks to Omega blasting an opening. Rouge does not want to leave Shadow behind, but they have no choice. Without Shadow to guide them, the G.U.N troops have to rely on Omega's best guesstimation. This takes them to a fork in the road. The teams try to decide on the next move. Should they detonate the bomb here? Should they split up? You know, that sort of thing. Well, Shadow finally catches up with the group and he's brought along some company? Okay, when did Shadow align himself with the Black Arms? Let's turn back the clock a bit. Shadow and Eclipse have their confrontation in which Eclipse has the upper hand. The Darkling proceeds to mind rape Shadow, while at the same time telling him Black Death knew about Black Doom's demise. This led to Eclipse's creation as a countermeasure to Shadow. We also find out Eclipse has true independence, not susceptible to Black Death's influence. Now Eclipse wants Shadow to join him, but the Hedgehog resists. Black Death teams up with Eclipse to turn Shadow, but even with twice the torment, Shadow can resist. It does weaken Shadow enough that one more attempt may work. While Shadow's focusing on Eclipse, Black Death enters Shadow's mind and finally turns him to their side. Black Death scolds Eclipse for his actions before sending him, Shadow, and the Black Arms after the G.U.N soldiers. Now, Shadow is a liability to the G.U.N operation, as you can see right here. Rouge has the G.U.N soldiers take the bomb further in, while she and Omega deal with Shadow. Eclipse and the Black Arms follow the human forces while the fractured Team Dark duke it out. Shadow going dark side. I'm not that surprised really. It's a nice callback to the game where you choose to be a hero or a villain. Although Shadow did put up a heck of a mental fight between himself and both Eclipse and Black Death. This one panel here, full of things from the games. Maria's final moments, Black Doom and Professor Gerald creating Shadow, the G.U.N commander having Shadow at gunpoint. Now these two panels with Sonic. Now the one where the Hedgehogs are all buddy-buddy could refer to this event, or this event. The two Hedgehogs duking it out might refer to the fights between Shadow, Sonic, and Diablon, to keep it within the context of Shadow the Hedgehog, the game. Shadow's speech after turning was a nod to those speeches he made after we finished a certain story, but it's missing the trademark,
"This is who I am."
Yeah. We learn Eclipse's backstory, and it's interesting that Black Death gave him true free will. I bet Black Death has already regretted that decision because he wanted Eclipse to kill Shadow. The Darkling, on the other hand, wanted Shadow to rejoin the family. I could understand both sides. I mean, Black Death wanted revenge, and Eclipse wanted to unite the family to make them strong. And why would Black Death want G.U.N's bomb? The world's already fractured. What purpose would serve at this point? Not much happening on G.U.N's front, except for evading traps and enemies, and yes, those worms were in the games. Stuff like disagreements among the ranks and Rouge's concern over Shadow help flesh out these characters, and I even like this little beat here where two soldiers are being genre savvy about splitting up. Anyway, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I do like Jamal Pepper's art. Take this one panel here of Black Death. It almost makes me feel sorry for him. Almost. But all sympathy went out the window when he mind raped Shadow. So, I will give this issue an 8 out of 10. I'm not that concerned over Shadow's brainwashing. We know he'll break free and he'll help save the day. It's just a question of how. So with that, thank you for watching and have a good day.